I think Abhishek has not joined the call yet, right?
Is he joining the session?
Could you please give me a minute? I'll just give me a call and let you know.
Yeah.
Prithvi, he'll not join the call today.
Yeah. Okay, Pratham. Let us continue the session.
Yeah, please, please.
Yeah. So till now, any queries in the AMP script session which were done till now? Preetham, Prashant.
No, Prithvi.
So let us continue our AMP script session.
Sure.
So we have completed till lookup, right?
Yes.
Let us discuss about another AMP script function which is important called as lookup rows. So what is lookup rows? So basically, in the previous example of lookup, uh, we have lookup for another attribute called city, because in our target data extension there is an attribute called country, but in our target data extension we don't have city but we have used this lookup function, and with the help of the subscriber key, which is common between these two data extensions, we have tied these two data extension, and we have picked up the city value from other data extension.
Prithvi, sorry. Your voice is somewhat low. Could you please be more louder? Or I think your mic is not in the proper position, it seems.
Is my voice audible?
Yeah, you're audible, but your voice is lower, it seems. I don't know why. It like if it's
Give
for
me.
me or
Yes, lately lower on the pitch.
Uh, am I audible now?
Yes,
yeah, Prithvi, it's fine.
Okay. So let us see about lookup rows. So in lookup, what we have done is we have looked up for a single attribute from our lookup data extension. But in lookup rows, what we are going to do is we are looking up for the multiple attributes like 1 to 2000. So let me show you the example previously. So this is the previous AMP script example which I have created. If you see here, I'm going to the content. Here we haven't used any lookup. So let me create another. Create email message, template plus AMP script, blank page, select. Here I'm going to name it as AMP script underscore lookup rows. So here I'm going to select a target data extension for our campaign. So let us utilize a already created data extension, or let us create a new data extension. Let me see this welcome data extension. So in this data extension, you can see subscriber key, email address, first name, city, phone number, and email address. And let me open another data extension. One is our target data extension and another is our lookup data extension. So basically, with the help of this lookup function, we have looked up for only one attribute. If you want to look up for more than one attribute with the help of AMP, we are going to use this function called lookup rows. So with the help of lookup rows, we can look up to 2000 attributes. So the limit of the lookup rows is 2000. And the limit of lookup is only one attribute we can look up into the data extension. So if you see, this is the data extension which I created last time, the dynamic email. This is a dynamic email clone, and let me open the dynamic email data extension. Let me copy the name. So this is the dynamic email data extension. So here you can see in the previous example, this is our target data extension. Here in this data extension, we have the value of country attribute, but we don't have the value for the city. So the client said that there is another data extension named with the dynamic email clone. In the data extension, you can find the city attribute. And between these two data extension, subscriber key is the same. So you can type these two attributes and you can pick up the city value. So we have looked up into this one attribute called city and we got these values. Now the use case is client wants to look up more than three attributes. If if this is the case, if you want to look up into more than three attributes, lookup doesn't work for you. And in this case, we are going to use another marketing cloud function, AMP function called lookup rows. And with the help of this lookup rows function, you can able to fetch fetch up to total number of 2000 attributes. So 1 to 2000 number of attributes, 2000 is the maximum limit and 1 is the limit, minimum limit. So let me add an attribute here. Click on create attribute. And client also want to show the postal code. So here I'm going to add an attribute called postal code. Here I have created this attribute called postal code and I'm going to add some values into it. So with the help of this lookup rows function, you can able to fetch until 2000 attributes. It is getting loaded. Let us wait for a couple of seconds.
Prithvi, in the meantime, I have a doubt. So as these days, you're creating only the data extensions. So usually, why you're not creating any lists? Like in the usual scenario, like no one creates the lists, or like how it is?
Now we are going to use list only as suppressions while we are going to send emails, because we are going to send emails via four options. One is via
Mm-hmm.
journey, one is via automation, one is via trigger send, and one is via user initiated. So for all these four types of sends, the entry source is the data extension.
Okay.
And the use case for this list are we can use this list as some suppressions. Well, if you want to suppress some subscribers uh,
Mm-hmm.
from sending the campaign, you can create a list. In that particular list, you can add your audience, and those audience will be suppressed while sending the email. So basically, we are going to
Okay.
use this list as an exclusions, not as the target database.
Okay. So anyhow, I know you will explain it in the next classes. So I just had a doubt. So why we
Yeah,
are
yeah,
only creating the data extensions
yeah,
like that?
because we are still in the content part, right? Subscribers come
Okay.
from the content.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So in lists also we can create like this much of attributes and all, right?
List has limitations. We cannot create more number of
Mm-hmm.
attributes, and there is a limit of 500K subscribers. You cannot add
Okay.
more than 500K subscribers. So there are many
Oh,
limitations. So basically, we are going to use them as exclusions only, not as the target audience.
so in the real scenarios, use cases, so in your daily work life also, like you won't create much lists, right?
Yeah, we are not going to work on this list. Right? These are just they are the source of your suppressions. So if you want to
Okay.
add some data separation, you are going to use that list.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, proceed. Got it.
and you cannot also see in our campaigns your target while sending a campaign you will have a target database of 1 million, 2 million, but list is not going to support that much of data, right? Going to allow only 500K audience to be stored into it. So
Okay.
the
Got it,
use
Prithvi.
of it is they're going to use as suppressions.
Okay. So anyhow, you'll be teaching it that like how to create lists and all in the next classes, right?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
So if you see here, dynamic email is our target data extension, and dynamic email clone is another data extension where you are going to find this city and postal code values. And client also wants to show the city and postal code values, but these are not present in your target data extension. To show this, we are going to use a function called lookup rows. And with the help of these lookup rows, there is a limit of here we are going to fetch two attributes, right? You can fetch until 2000 attributes with the help of these lookup rows functions. So let me show you the syntax. Let us copy the syntax from the AMP script guide. So this is the syntax for the lookup rows. And let me copy the syntax and let us change it as per our requirement. So the use case is we want to show the name of the subscriber and the name of the country and his city and his postal code in our email. So first the thing we need to do is we need to set the variables which we want to show. Now these are all the variables which were set. We will keep as it is. Now let us remove this because in our data extension there is no any field called region. So I'm going to remove this from my syntax. This is not useful for us. Let me remove this line also. Now here you can see. From here you can see this is here we are going to use this function called lookup rows. And here in this is the syntax. In the first placeholder, you need to write the name of the data extension which you are going to look up for. So I'm going to look up into this data extension called dynamic email clone. Copy the name of data extension and paste it out here. And here you need to set the name of the attribute, which is similar in this both data extensions. So set at the rate. So here I'm going to set an attribute called SK. Because subscriber key is same in this both data extensions, right? And name of the variable can be anything. So set at the rate SK equal to attribute value. We can write the variable name anything, and in the attribute value, you need to write the exact name from the data extension, from the target data extension. So here you can see, copy the name of the subscriber key from the target data extension and paste it out here. And here you need to write what is the common field between these two data extensions. So in between your target data extension and lookup data extension, subscriber key is the common thing. So now from the lookup data extension, copy the name of the attribute which is common. So dynamic email clone is the lookup data extension. So here I'm going to copy this attribute called subscriber key. Copy it and paste it down here. And here you can see at the rate. Here you need to write the name of the variable in which this subscriber key is stored. So this is the name of the variable where we have stored the subscriber key. So copy the name of the variable, paste it down here. Here, any queries, guys, until here?
No.
Yeah. In the next line, we have set this row count function, and basically this row count function is going to check the number of rows present in this particular data extension. So it is going to count the number of rows which are present. Let me remove this region, which is not useful for us. And here you can see it is going under an if loop. If you see this if loop, if row count is greater than 0, that means if any, if you see, it is going to check the records of all these 5 subscriber keys. Now it is going to check whether these subscriber keys, so these are our subscriber key values, Chauhan Anjali at the rate gmail.com 1234561. So all these are subscriber keys. Now it is going to check whether any one of these subscriber keys are present in your lookup data extension. That means if now here your row count value is 5 because there are total 5 subscriber keys and all those 5 subscriber keys are present in your lookup data extension. So here your row count function is 5. That means your row count value is 5. That means if row count greater than 0, then here the value is 5, right? So it is going to fall under this for loop. For I equal to 1 to row count do. Let us suppose, let me add a duplicate. So here the subscriber key is primary key, right? So we cannot add any duplicate value. So here we cannot change it. So as per this for loop, what is going to happen is for I equal to 1 to row count do. So for each and every iteration means each and every time when it finds a particular subscriber in your data in your lookup data extension, it is going to fall under into this particular loop. So in this particular loop, it is going to check for that particular attribute which you want to fetch from the lookup data extension. So now the attributes which I want to fetch from the lookup data extension is uh, postal code and city. Now let me copy the attributes which I want to show. So here I'm going to declare these variables where at the rate city and postal code. First we are going to declare the variables. As we already know, variable names can be anything, but the attributes name should be exact from the data extensions. Here the variables names can be same from the data extension or maybe different, but the attribute name should be exact spelling from the data extension. Now here you can see. Now here you can see set at the rate row equal to row of other rate rows comma other rate I. That means it is going to check each and every row for the number of times it is present. So it is going to check each and every row and it is going to check number of times that particular subscriber is present. That means if this particular subscriber Chauhan Anjali 287 at the rate gmail.com is present in this data extension 2 times, it is that particular subscriber is going under loop for 2 times and it is going to show 2 city values and 2 postal code values. If any one of the subscriber is present 1 time, that particular subscriber is going into this loop for 1 time and it is going to show that particular values present in your lookup data extension. Now here you need to declare the variable set at the rate set equal to field. This field value is going to fetch the value of the subscriber from the lookup data extension while we are going to use this lookup rows function. And this is the name of the variable and here you need to write the name of the attribute present in your lookup data extension for the city. So till now we have used the variable name and attribute name as same. So set as rate city equal to field of row comma city. And next we need to do same for the postal code. Copy the name of the variable and here you need to write the name of the attribute which you want to look up. So attribute name of the postal code is this one. Copy it and paste it down here. So postal code equal to, here I'm going to print the postal code values. Here I'm going to print the city values. And also I want to print the country value.
And what is that row percentage equals to V? What
Uh,
it defines?
the line which you are asking,
18th line, like after the break time.
this one, it is
Yes,
going to check
yes.
whether you can see if this particular subscriber, this is our target data extension, right?
Hmm, hmm.
This particular, it is going to check how many times this particular subscriber present in this data extension. It is present
Okay,
only one time.
okay.
So you are getting the output as one. It is going to check how many times that particular subscriber present in your data extension records available in
Hmm.
your lookup data extension. So
Okay,
if that particular subscriber available 5 times, you are going to see five postal codes and 5 city values.
okay,
And if the particular subscriber present only once, you are going to see only one value.
okay.
Prithvi, what is about that V, Prithvi?
Yeah, is my screen visible, guys?
Yes, Prithvi.
Yeah, let us continue our AMP script sessions. Till now, we have done AMP script in the emails, right? Let us continue our AMP script use cases in the cloud pages. So basically, as we have discussed yesterday, we are using these cloud pages uh, to integrate these in our emails. So the basic use case of these are to create a landing pages in the email. So if you want to create a feedback form or if you want to create an unsubscriber page, if you want your subscriber to redirect from your email to an external page, we are going to create an uh, cloud page in the marketing cloud, and we are configuring this cloud page link in the email. So to access these cloud pages, you need to come to this studio called Web Studio. Under this Web Studio, you can see this option called Cloud Pages. So here in these cloud pages, we are going to create our landing pages. So let us start with by creating a registration page inside the cloud page. So how to create a registration page inside this marketing cloud pages with the help of. So here I'm going to explain multiple AMP script function in this example. So rather than saying each and every function separately, I'm going to create this what you say this cloud page by writing multiple AMP script functions. So let us see how it works. Let us wait till this page loads. So here I'm going to open a duplicate tab where I'm going to open the data extension. So I'm going to open the data extension. First, we need to select a data extension to create a cloud page. So whenever a customer do the registration from our registration page cloud page, those subscribers data we are going to store inside a data extension. Now here we need to select, you can select any one of the data extension here. So let us use this data extension welcome. Right now we don't have any records. So whenever a subscribers uh, fill up the registration page, all the subscribers information is going to enter into this data extension called welcome. So let us see how it works. Now come to the cloud page, and here in the cloud page, open to any one of the folder. In the folder, create your own landing page. So here I'm going to name the landing page as registration page. Click on select. I'm going to select the blank layout. Click on done. So right now we will see a default HTML code in the cloud page. Let me remove all this code. Let me keep a blank canvas. So to create this registration page, we need to have two things. One is front end and one is back end. So the front end as a marketing cloud developer, our work is to create AMP script in the back end and to make the subscribers entries to be stored inside a data extension. So let me take any one of the, I have referred one of the HTML from online. So from the online sources, I have took this HTML to create a basic registration form in this way. So we are going to send this form to the subscribers. Where we are going to give input email, first name, city, phone number, and register. So this is a basic HTML form. You can get it from online or from any online platforms. So this is the front end part. So basically, front end developers are going to create these front end part by writing HTML or CSS. Now let us add AMP script to this registration form, so that whenever particular subscribers use their input, the data is going to store inside this data extension called welcome. So let us start writing AMP script. As we know, we are always going to write AMP script at the top. So the first thing we are going to do is open and close the square brackets. So here I'm opening and closing the full square brackets. This is the basic syntax of the AMP script. Then you need to declare the variables. So I'm going to declare the variables where. So where I want to store all these things is key, email, if name, city, and phone number. So it's key, my email, and we have in the data extension if name, city, phone number. If name, comma, the rate city, comma, the rate phone number. So let me create another variable for the submit button. So here you can see the submit button called register rate. Whenever a particular subscriber clicks on this register button, their entry is going to be submitted. So that type of the, so how it is going to do is by giving the type submit. So let me create a variable for the submit button also. This is submit button. Then and here inside this cloud page, we are going to use multiple lookup functions also. So that for those functions, here I'm going to declare some variable called rows. And while we are going to write lookup rows, we are going to count the number of rows of a subscriber, right? So here I'm going to declare another variable called row count. And whenever a particular subscriber submit the registration page, I want to show a message called you have successfully registered. So I'm going to declare another variable called message. So all the variables which you want to create, which are required to create an AMP script, we are going to declare at the top, at the starting. So the first thing we are going to do is we are going to setting up the attributes. So this is the first step, set at the rate submit. So if you see here we have a form. In this form, the name of this form is, so here you can see form, method post, and input type hidden, and name equal to submit. So basically, the name of this particular form is submit. So whenever this particular form is submit, this AMP script is going to start. So here what we are going to do is, here we are going to check whether this form is invoked or not. And here I am going to declare a variable called submit. And here I'm going to request the form whether this submission has done or not. So first I'm going to declare this variable called submit. So here I'm going to write an AMP script function called request parameter. So this function we are going to use for the first time. So basically what is this request parameter is going to do is, so we have discussed in the yesterday's class about the query parameter. So query parameter, what it's going to do is when we are going to fetch the values from email to the cloud page, we are going to use query parameter. And in the email, we are going to use this redirect to cloud page redirect function. And to pass these values from the email, we are going to use query parameter, and these query parameters are pulling values from email to cloud page. In the same way, we need to pull the values given by the subscribers in this form, right? So to pull the values from a form, we are going to use this function called request parameter. So difference between request and query parameter is useful to pull the values which are passed by the subscribers from email to cloud page, and that's for query parameter, and request parameter is useful to pull the values from a form to the AMP script. So here I have declared this variable called set submit equal to request parameter submit. So in this submit variable, here I'm going to store the value of this parameter called submit, and this value equal to 1. That is nothing but if submit equal to 1, this form is got submitted. So let me show how it works. And right now I'm going to set a blank message because not action hasn't done yet. So set at the rate message equal to, I'm giving null. Now here I've done the initial setup. Now here I'm going to check whether the particular subscriber clicked this register button or not. So if this particular subscriber clicked on this register button, what is going to happen? We are going to see. If the particular subscriber is going to click on this register button, this form is going to be loaded. If this form is going to be loaded, it is going to throw a value is called 1, because you can say value equal to 1. So whenever the subscriber is going to click on register button, this submit variable is going to give an output called 1. So if the submit variable is giving the output called 1, we are going to think blindly that this form is got submitted. So if this form got submitted, we should make our AMP script to do the insert functionality to insert the input values given by the subscribers in these inputs, and we need to insert those data into our data extensions. So if this submit variable gives an output equal to 1, we are going to initialize the AMP script. So I'm going to write the same. If at the rate submit equal to 1, if submit equal to 1 is nothing but whenever a particular subscriber clicks on the register button, we are going to start the insertion of records into the data extension. So let us declare variables for each and every input present here. One is for email, one is for name, city, and phone number. So let us start and set at the rate email. Set at the rate email equal to. So in real time scenarios, what is going to happen is, so there are some subscribers giving their email address in random way, like they are giving P as a capital letter, R small letter, again I as capital letter. So they are giving without any sequential of capital and small letters in the input. If the subscriber is given in this way, or this form is going to load the records in the same format, but I want all the letters in the email address in the small letters. I don't want any capital letters to be entertained. So if particular subscriber also given capital letters in the email button, I want to convert into lowercase. So where I'm going to write this function called lowercase. So this lowercase function is going to convert, though if the subscribers given capital letters also, as we are using this lowercase function, it is going to convert capital letters into small letters. Lowercase of. And there will be another scenario also. If there is any space between any two letters, or there also, it is not a valid email, right? So in an email address, there will be no spacing between two letters. So if there is any spacing also, I don't want those spaces to be entered into the data extension. I want to trim out those spaces. So like here I'm going to give my email address. This is my email address. If I by mistakenly if I given any space here, I don't want this space to be added into my data extension. So I want to trim out this space. So here I'm going to use another AMP script function called trim. So here I'm going to use two AMP script function. One is lowercase and one is trim. Lowercase is going to convert. If you give any capital letters, it's going to convert into small letters. Trim is going to trim the spaces. And here I am going to request the email email input given by the subscribers from this form. So
Prithvi, sorry, that trim is also a function, right?
yeah, trim is also function. Lowercase is also a
Okay.
function.
Okay, so trim will just remove only the spaces. Like
Yes.
apart from the spaces, like nothing. It won't trim, right?
Yeah, if you don't want this trim functionality, we can entirely remove this. Just what?
No, no. Actually, my question is the trim function only removes the spaces. That's
Yeah,
all.
if there is an extra space, it is going to remove the space.
Okay. 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 We can include it. No worries.
Yeah. And here I'm going to use this function called request parameter. So here in this, I have included three functions in one row. So lowercase, trim, and request parameter. And here I am going to fetch the email from the form. So here copy the exact value of email from the form. So this is the name. The name which is present here, you should copy the same name from the email input. Paste it down here and close all these things. So I have opened 3 times, I have closed it 3 times here. And do the same thing for the first next one. So set at the rate if name. Set at the rate if name equal to. For this, I don't want any of these lowercase and trim functions to be included. I want, if you want to include, you can include, or else you can simply ignore those. Here I'm going to request the value of the first name given by the subscriber from the form. So copy the name of the first name input from the form. So copy the name from here, paste it down here.
So name attribute in the HTML is mandatory, right? So if by mistakenly, like if we don't give the name attribute and the value, so how it's going, how the AMP script is going to fetch the data.
In the next step, I'm going to add the validation rule after this step.
Okay, 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 okay.
And we're going to do same thing for the city and phone number. Copy the city. City, yeah. Next for the phone number. What's for, yeah, it's phone number. So in the first placeholder, you need to write the name of the variable, which can be anything. Next, in the request parameter, you need to write the name of the from name of that particular input from the form. So this is the basic declaration part. Now, as Preetham asked, now let us set up the validation rules. So let me add a comment here. Let me add the validation rules in the next part. So as per my data extension, if in your data extension, if all the fields are mandatory, so let us add an if condition and let us make all the fields as mandatory. So if empty @email or
Prithvi, empty, like N has been typed.
yeah, thanks. And let us add the same thing for the remaining. Let me copy this. Let us check if any one of these variable is empty or not. If anyone is empty, let us throw up a message that is all these fields are mandatory. If any one of these are empty, then we are going to set up a message. Right now, this message is blank at the initial position. So once the submit button is done, if it is failed in the validation rules, we are going to throw up a message called all fields are mandatory. Else. Else, let us create another scenario. Let us see a scenario that we are going to create this registration page for a particular campaign, and your company is going to launch couple of campaigns, and client said you that if a particular subscriber is subscribed in one of the campaign, we are not going to encourage or allow that subscriber to come under another campaign. So there will be two data extensions for the two. Let us suppose client has given two data extensions for two campaigns. If a particular subscriber is present in any one of the data extension, we are not going to encourage those subscribers to be added again because it's already present in other campaign, right? So we are not going to entertain he to come under another campaign. So let us consider the second campaign as dynamic email. So let us consider this data extension. Let us consider subscribers present in this data extension as suppression. Means if a particular subscriber present in this data extension, we are not going to entertain these subscribers to be allowed into this welcome data extension. So first we need to check whether these subscribers are present in this data extension or not. So to that, here I'm going to add another validation rules to check that subscriber present in other campaign. That is nothing but if that particular subscriber is existing in another data extension. So now I'm going to write a lookup function, and with the help of this lookup function, I'm going to check whether the subscriber is present in the dynamic email data extension or not. So here we have declared this variable called rows. So set at the rate rows, set at the rate row equal to lookup rows. And as we know, for the lookup rows, it is a simple syntax. In the first folder, copy the name of the data extension where you want to look up. And in the second placeholder, you need to write the name of the common attribute between these two data extension. Let us suppose the common attribute is, let us take email address.
Prithvi, so now you're writing the code which like it is going to check whether in all the data extensions or
No, only in
uh,
the data extension called dynamic.
okay, okay.
Yeah. If
For
this
example,
yeah.
okay, for example, if in the dynamic email data extension, if we have already have the values or if already have the subscriber in the dynamic email data extension, so that purpose is like what we are writing
Let
now,
us
right?
suppose Preetham is registering for this campaign, and
Okay.
our client wants if the particular Preetham is existing in another campaign, we don't want to allow him to the new campaign. So if a subscriber called Preetham present in this data extension
Mm,
called
mm.
we are not going to allow the subscriber to be registered into this welcome campaign.
Okay, okay.
So we are going to look up whether this Preetham is present in this data extension or not. If he
So
is
we
good,
can consider this as this is a second campaign for the same data extension, right?
yes.
Okay, okay. I thought like this is going to check like whether all the data
No,
extensions which are present in.
no, it's
Okay, okay.
not possible to do
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it has hundreds of thousands of data extensions. Right? You need to
yeah, yeah, yeah.
go for hundred and thousand times.
Okay, okay. So we can create like a number of journeys or campaigns to the data extension, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
So let us see the same thing set at the rate row count equal to. So if row count is greater than 0, that means the particular subscriber is present in the data extension. So greater than row count equal to row count of rows. If at the rate row count is equal to 0, that means that particular subscriber is present in the lookup data extension. We are we are going to throw an error called you have already reached it in another campaign. If row count is equal to 0, then we are going to set a message called set at the rate message equal to you have already reached it. Else. So if that particular subscriber is already existing in any other previous campaign, we are going to throw this message called you are already registered. Else, if that particular subscriber is not present, we are going to make the subscriber's entry into this welcome data extension. Else, here I'm going to create. So as we discussed in our previous sessions that in marketing cloud, the subscriber key is nothing but each and every subscriber in the marketing cloud has a unique identifier called subscriber key. The subscriber key is like a 36 uh, 36 digit string which is unique for each and every subscriber. So to generate this unique string in the marketing cloud, we are going to use a function called guide function. With the help of this guide function, we are going to create a 36 digit unique string and it will be assigned to each and every subscriber while the AMP script has ran. Now let us write this guide function to generate the subscriber key. So I'm going to write this. And I'm going to comment code generate unique key. So set at the rate very subscriber key we have declared yeah. So the rate subscriber key equal to we are going to call guide function. So basically this guide function is going to generate a 36 digit unique key whenever this AMP script has been called. So our subscriber key generation part is also done. Now in the last step, we are going to insert the data into the data extension, insert these records into the data extensions. So the last step. Insert records. So here I'm going to write this for AMP function call insert data to insert this row of records into the data extension. So this is another data AMP function which we are going to use in this particular example. So insert data. In the first placeholder, write the name of the data extension where you want to insert the records. So I want to insert the records in this data extension called welcome. So copy the name of the DE, paste it down here.
Sorry, Prithvi, I just got confused in the line number 28. So this GUID is going to create an unique ID for every subscriber, like who is going to register.
Yes, whenever a particular subscriber clicks on register button, it is going to
Okay.
generate a 36 digit unique ID. This guide function.
Okay, okay, okay. So initially, like while giving the examples of data extensions, we were like you were manually giving the values for the subscriber keys, right? So
Yeah, that is not a
similarly,
good
now
practice.
okay. So similarly, now this GUID function is going to assign the ID for the SK, right?
Yeah, it is going to be happen automatically. In our previous example, you have given some manually
Mm-hmm.
some text, but in the real
Okay.
case scenarios, in this way it is going to happen.
Can we limit the GUID which is going to create for like 5 or 10 digits?
No, no, it's functional. It's absolutely functional. Very
Okay.
fun.
Okay.
Yeah. So here we need to write the name of the DE. Then in the next, you need to write the name of the attribute from the data extension. So name of the attribute is key. Let me save it first, comma, name, name, uh, name of the variable for the SK. So copy the name of the variable, comma, name of that, facing the keyboard, my keyboard, name of the attribute. In the double quotes, we need to write the name of the attribute, and with the rate, with other rate, you need to write the name of the variable.
And similarly, the strings also, right?
Yes,
Okay.
copy the name of the variable.
So for example, if the attribute is not present in the data extension, so
Hmm.
that will act as a string.
Means I haven't
Eh,
understood.
For example, this welcome is a string, right?
Welcome is the name of the data extension where you are going to store the data.
Oh, oh,
So I'm going to store the data in this welcome data extension, right? You need to write the
okay,
name
okay, okay,
of the extension.
okay, 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 okay.
Yeah.
I got confused. Okay. Like suppose for example like what if we want to insert a string?
Means if you want to, yeah, but if you want to instruct a string, that string attribute should be present in the data extension, and you need to
Uh,
hard code the value.
okay. Okay. Like for every okay, okay. Let us continue. I'll just ask you later.
Yeah, sure. And let us do the same iteration for the remaining for city and phone number. Copy the name of the city variable. And for the last, this email address is a duplicate as we have already emailed. So I'm going to ignore this email address and copy this phone number and copy the variable of the phone number. And we are done with the insertion part. Now at the end, here I want to write a message called uh, you are successfully registered. So whenever the records are added into a DE, I'm going to add this message called you have successfully registered. You have registered. So at the end, I want the thing is you need to close all the if condition which you have opened. Now let me see how many if conditions I have opened. One, two. Guys, any if conditions are there? Yeah, three.
24, line number 24.
Yeah. So let me close the if three times. Let me save, schedule and publish the cloud page. So you can see the preview here. Now, this is the, if you click on this, you will get the URL of this cloud page. I've copied this and I'm pasting in the browser. So this is the registration form which we have created. Right now in our data extension, we have 0 records. Now let me add some records. Let me add a number. Click on register. Now you can see this call you have registered. Now let me come to the data extension and let me see my entry has added or not. So you can see entry has been added. Now we have already we also added this exception rule that if a particular subscriber present in this dynamic email data extension, he should be not entertained, right? So let me add a record and let us see whether it is happening or not. So here I'm going to add a record. Let me add 154.67. Let me add email address pritham@gmail.com. Now let me add an entry for Pritham here. Let me refresh this page. Let me see he's added or not. He is added. So let me see why it is happened. So email address. Let me delete the rows. So we should display this. So let's see what is the error which is showing throwing out here. So
Or if we give like greater than 1 in 24?
It's greater than 0 is nothing but if a subscriber exists or not. So it is not a case.
Oh, okay.
The row count is rows equal to. Let me debug line to line. Or let me do one thing. Let me print out this variable outside the AMP script. I'm facing issue with my keyboard, guys. Let me print out this row count function. Sorry, I have forgotten
Percentage.
this.
Yeah.
This throwing 0. That means this lookup function is failed. Let us see why it is failing. Email, okay.
print print code we have written as V now. What is that about the V, Prithvi? It's defines a variable name or
Line
just
number, please.
no, in the print only 18 number, if you say a percentage equal to V.
This is
What
syntax.
is it?
Syntax. Percentage
Oh,
equal to V
so
means very nothing but the variable. The variable you want to show.
okay,
Yeah, it is like a syntax.
syntax. Okay, so V means variable. You can say.
Yeah, here percentage equal to V, and here in the brackets you need to write at the rate. After the rate, you need to write the name of the variable which you are going to print.
Yeah. Okay, okay, okay.
So now I am going to click on done editing. I'm going to do the preview and test. Now here I'm going to do the preview of the email with the target data extension. So here you can see this data extension is already selected. So emails are displaying with the same. So if you see here, this particular subscriber Chauhan Anjali, I'm going to open in the lookup data extension. So here you can see her city is called Hyderabad and postal code is 1234. So you can see city called Hyderabad, postal code is 1234. But if you see in the target data extension, you don't find any city and the postal code value. Still, it is going to show you these values because it is going to fetch from the lookup data extension.
Prithvi, is there any way to duplicate any subscriber key?
If it is a primary key, if in the data extension, if your subscriber key is a primary key, it is not possible. If you don't select this option called primary key, then you can duplicate it.
Okay, because even Prashant and me like are having a doubt regarding that row one output, right? So could you please change the
So you
primary key
want
from subscriber
duplicate?
key?
Yeah, let me show. You want to add some duplicate values and you need to.
Yes, yes, please.
Yeah. So let me do one thing. So if you see in the data extension, subscriber key is the primary key. So we cannot change it. So
Hmm.
let us take some other attribute and join these two. So let me do one thing in this particular data extension. Yeah, let me use first name as our what is it? Let me add first name for each and every subscriber and let me join these subscribers on the base of first name as a common attribute. Yeah, I can see this email address also, right? Let me use email address as the common attribute. So let me add these subscribers in your target also. So let me create duplicate for one subscriber so that we can save our time.
Okay.
So here I'm going to edit this record. Let me see this email address is same matching or not, yeah. And let me create a duplicate for it. Now I have created duplicate for it. For this particular
Uh,
subscriber called Anjali, we can see row count as 2 and we can see 2 row values.
but you can't give same subscriber key, right?
No, we are going to type with email address. I'm going to change the code
Okay. 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 Fine.
because in our data extension, subscriber key is the primary key, right?
Yes, yes, it should be unique, right?
Yeah, it should be unique. We cannot
Okay.
add a duplicate value. It is timed out. Let me refresh and add it again. I'm checking the subscriber key and keeping the email address as same. Let me make it as Mumbai. Now I'm coming into this code, and inside the code, now I'm going to change the common attributes from SKey to email, because as per our configuration, we cannot, if you keep SKey, we cannot add the duplicate values
Yes.
because it is a primary key. And here I'm going to use it as email address, copy the name of the variable. Now do the preview test for the subscriber called Chandana. You can see two values.
Okay. So
So
that V is giving the output as like the row number, like where exactly that value is present in the
yes.
data extension, right?
So if the only one value is present, it is going to show only one. Two values, it's going
Okay.
to show two.
Okay. Okay. Could you please go to that code again, Prithvi?
Yeah.
Okay. And for better understanding, like, could you please just explain from line 7 to 18, like one more time?
Yeah. So basically here we are going to see how many times that uh, is that particular subscriber present or not. We
Mhm.
are going to know that if row count is greater than zero, it's obviously the particular subscriber is present in our lookup data extension. And here
Okay.
we are going to see how many times that particular subscriber present in our lookup data extension. If you see for the remaining subscribers, all these subscribers are present only once, but only this particular subscribers, Chauhan Anjali has a duplicate values. So it is going to check how many times that particular subscriber present in our lookup data extension. And if it is two, uh, our AMP script code is going into an iteration for two times. That means for at the rate I equal to 1 to at the rate row count. If that particular Chauhan Anjali is present two times, right? So
Sorry, Prithvi, one second. So you already declared the variable in line number 2 I, and you're calling the same variable I and assigning a value of 1 to I, right? So I's
yes.
value is 1 now. So for example, let's say the row count is 1. So I
Mm,
is also 1 to 1, right? That
mm,
line number 9 says.
yeah.
So for I is equals to 1 to 1, do and just execute the next lines of code.
So for
Mm,
in the case of this first subscriber, it is going to 2 from I equal to 1 to 2 means it is going to a loop for two times.
okay.
That means it is going to pull the values from your lookup data extension, and you have declared those variables, right? If and the
Okay.
length of this lookup is 2000, you can
Okay.
display until 2000 variables. So if you want to display 500 variables, it is not going to happen in the real case. You need to
Hmm.
just simply add more 500 variables here in the same way.
Okay.
No, as per our syntax for the first subscriber, it is present two times. So that particular subscriber is going under loop for two times. So for each and every time, it is going to check each and every row of it. So that he set the rate row equal to row of other rate rows. It is going to check the first row first. Now here
Okay.
the row number is one, comma at the rate I. At the rate I means row one first time. It is going to display
Hmm.
the city and postal code. Again, it is went on the second loop. Now it is going to show row two second time, and it is going to
Okay.
show second value. So if you
Okay.
do the preview test, you can see now you can see the value row one time, row two second time. In this way, it is going to pull the values from the lookup data extension.
Okay. I
And
think
then we are going to print the values. So you can see this next rate. So it is going under a loop. And after completing into a loop, all those attribute values are going to assign into this variable. Here we are going to display with the help of this percent equal to v function. We are going to display those values. And after we have displaying the row one, it is going to iterate for the next row. And if there are total 5 rows, this next function is going to work for 5 times. And for the next 5 times, we are going to display the records. So like row one,
so next is nothing but the by default function in the AMP script, right?
yeah, it's by default function.
Okay, so it will increase the variable from one count.
Yes. So
Okay.
if it is 5, it is going to loop under 5 times.
Okay. For example, like the line number 26 is saying, for example, if no data is found in the data extension, like if the row count, I don't think that case will happen in any data extensions. So, but the meaning of the line number 26 is that only, right?
If any particular subscriber from your target doesn't present in your lookup, it is going to show this line, no rows found.
Okay. Can we just make this happen once? For example, like in
Yeah,
that
actually.
scenario, like that.
Let us delete a record. Let me delete this particular record. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm deleting this record from the lookup. Let me preview this. Let me see. Yeah, it's deleted. Okay, it's showing Chauhananjali, right? Let me remove. Let me open the target data extension.
Dynamic email, right? That's
Yeah.
the target data. Okay.
The one we have deleted is
Here,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
why it was not like it was uh, working fine before? Like now we have deleted the email.
Oh, because you want to see this condition to happen, right? No rows.
Yeah. No, but before, when the email ID was present, like the email ID value was present in that particular subscriber, like it was happening in a correct format, right?
Yeah, because there we have added this Chauhananjali's record, email
Okay,
address.
and we have and we have given like email address is the common
Common.
attribute in both of the data extensions,
Yeah, and
right?
I was able to find that email in the lookup. So
Okay,
we have seen a value. Right
okay.
now we have removed the email address, right?
Hmm.
So it is
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
unable to fetch the record from the lookup, and it
Okay.
went under the else condition. In the else condition, we have added this text called no rows found.
So apart from for this particular subscriber, this is the output. For example, if we check for any other row, the output will be same, right?
Yeah. So the
Okay.
subscriber present 2 times, it is there, and I'm going to change the subscriber. It is going to show this one.
Could you please refresh because for that first subscriber, it is still showing as row one and row two, and you have deleted that email ID, right? So it should
No,
not
no.
show
I have deleted for the
that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I haven't
Okay.
deleted this particular email.
Could you please show me the data extension? No, I think even I got confused again now.
So let me show the. So this is our target data extension. Let me show you the lookup,
Okay.
the clone one.
Yeah, it's the in the first.
Yeah. Let me copy the email address. Let us see. It should present 2 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's present 2 times. So we are getting two values.
Okay. So from this like what you call this clone data extension, the output is coming, right? Not from the target data extension.
No, it's coming from the clone.
Okay, okay. So whatever the data is coming, like fetching now, it is from the target data extension itself because okay,
Yes.
we have given
The
this email
record
address
present
and
for those
sorry,
record
sorry.
present, for those record, we are going to preview from the target data extension. It is going to see how many times it's present